What if your next computer wasn't built, but grown? Imagine a world where your processor doesn't just run, it lives. It heals itself when damaged, stores unimaginable amounts of data in its DNA, and even learns from experience. This isn't science fiction. It's happening right now. Welcome to the age of biological computers. For nearly 80 years, silicon has ruled the digital world. Every phone, laptop, and satellite depends on its microscopic transistors. But there's a problem. We're reaching the end of what silicon can do. We've already shrunk circuits to atomic levels. Chips are overheating, energy costs are exploding, and Moore's law, the rule that chips double in power every 2 years, is collapsing. So scientists began asking a bold question. If silicon can't keep up, what if we looked at life itself for the next leap in computing? Enter the world of synthetic biology, a field that treats DNA like code. Instead of programming with ones and zeros, scientists write instructions using A, T, C, and G, the 4 letters of life's genetic alphabet. And inside the lab, bacteria and living cells are being re-engineered to behave like machines. They can process signals, store information, make logic decisions, and even communicate with other cells. Think of DNA as the ultimate hard drive. A single gram of DNA can store up to 215 petabytes of data. That's millions of gigabytes inside something smaller than a grain of salt. And unlike silicon, DNA doesn't degrade in decades. It lasts for thousands of years. Cells also repair themselves when damaged and replicate endlessly. A broken circuit board is trash, but a living computer can heal itself. It's efficient, sustainable, and endlessly scalable. The opposite of what we have today. You're looking at living processors. Nature's own computers, upgraded by human imagination. In 2017, researchers successfully created the first biological logic gates using E. coli bacteria. These microscopic machines could perform basic computing operations, and not, the same logic that runs your phone and computer. When exposed to certain chemicals, they decided whether to glow, grow, or stay dormant. Each cell became a biological transistor. When millions of them interact, they form a living circuit, one that can sense, calculate, and respond. Here's where it gets even stranger. Scientists have stored videos, photos, and even entire books inside DNA. They translated binary data, ones and zeros, into the 4 letters of genetic code, inserted it into bacterial DNA, and it worked. The data could be retrieved perfectly. This means a vial of cells could one day replace entire data centers. No cooling, no power bills, no metal racks. Just a few milliliters of liquid life, quietly storing the internet inside its genes. But why stop at bacteria? The next leap is organoid intelligence, growing small clusters of human brain cells that can process information. In early experiments, these mini brains have learned to recognize patterns and even play simple video games. They don't think like us, but they can learn, adapt, and store memories. For the first time, scientists are blending biological neurons with silicon chips. The result? A hybrid system that thinks faster, uses less energy, and learns more efficiently than any AI we've built so far. If you're still here with us, a simple like on this video would mean the world. It truly helps us keep going. At its core, biological computing follows the same logic as traditional programming. Inputs and outputs, signals and responses. Inside a biological computer, a gene might turn on when it detects a molecule, like a sensor triggering a digital circuit. Another gene might turn off when conditions change. These patterns form logic circuits inside living cells. By linking enough of them together, you create a cellular program. One that can detect disease, neutralize toxins, or produce medicine automatically. Now imagine this power inside your body. Scientists are already designing cells that can identify cancerous tissue and release treatment chemicals only when needed. No hospitals, no radiation therapy, just intelligent biology, working quietly inside you. One day, you could download a cure into your bloodstream, a living update that keeps you healthy from within. It's not fantasy. It's biotechnology rewriting what it means to heal. These living systems aren't just good for us. They're good for the planet. Biological computers need almost no electricity. They grow in ambient temperatures and even absorb carbon while they work. Imagine replacing the world's power-hungry data centers with bioreactors full of bacteria. Computers that clean the air while they calculate. It's the kind of solution humanity has always dreamed of. Powerful, sustainable, and alive. But there's a catch. Unlike silicon, biology doesn't always behave predictably. Cells mutate. DNA sequences degrade. A biological program can crash. Not with an error code, but by evolving into something unplanned. To control this, scientists use CRISPR and genetic circuit design to keep cells on script. But the truth is, we're still learning how to debug life itself. Each experiment is like coding inside a storm. Precise, yet unpredictable. And then comes the moral question. When your computer is alive, do you have a responsibility to it? What if it evolves intelligence or consciousness? What if it decides to stop obeying commands? We've crossed the boundary where technology and biology merge. And now, ethics must catch up. Will these living machines be our partners or our competition? Here's the most chilling and fascinating part. Biological computers can evolve. A silicon chip will always be the same, but a living system can adapt, learn, and even optimize itself without human help. That means the next generation of artificial intelligence won't just simulate life. It will become life. Evolving machines that learn, grow, and maybe, one day, outsmart their creators. It's closer than you think. DNA data storage already exists. Programmable bacteria are running real lab tests. Hybrid brain cell computers are learning faster than digital AI models in certain tasks. The future of computing isn't being manufactured. It's being cultured, grown, and evolved. We've always imagined the future as mechanical, cold, metallic, robotic. But maybe the next revolution won't come from steel and circuits. Maybe it will come from something alive. Biological computers remind us that intelligence doesn't need to be built. It can grow. If you're still watching, thank you for staying curious with us. Subscribe to Cosmic Facts and join us every week as we explore the frontier where science meets the impossible. And tell us in the comments, would you trust a living computer to think for you?